Good afternoon, folks. And today we're going to talk about not necessarily the full top 25, but most of them, and respectively, Penn State's defeat and Texas' defeat. Now, Ohio State pretty much will take on Illinois on the road. Number one, they trounced Minnesota 42-3, took care of business. They might have struggled a little bit at the beginning, but they pretty much will finish from start to finish. So hats off to Ohio State. They pretty much will played a very good game. Miami, on the other hand, started out strong, but then Florida State kind of made a little bit of a comeback, but they held on for a 28-22 win. And Louisville, on the other hand, they'll take on Louisville home. They'll host Louisville. Oregon, who had a bye, will host Indiana, which is going to be an interesting game. That will be a very interesting game. Now, who knows who will win that game? I mean, Indiana's been playing lights out lately. I mean, they struggled with Iowa, but then again, that was at Iowa, so anything was possible there, so who knows what will happen. But Oregon, they're a totally different caliber team than Iowa, so anything's possible, so who knows what will happen there. Ole Miss also had an off week, so they'll play Washington State home. And then you have Texas A&M, who defeated Mississippi State, took care of business with Mississippi State 31-9. They'll host Florida. Florida just coming off a big-time win over Texas, 29-21. I hope some people are thinking that this might be a different Florida team. Now, who knows? I mean, some people, I think that, me personally, I think they might have a little bit of a hangover from the win over Texas, but then again, I could be wrong. They might not have a hangover. This might be South Florida all over again. Because they went on a 5-game winning streak, I think. They upset Florida. They upset Boise State. They upset Florida, and they upset another team. They might be that again. I could be gone to something here. Or I could be tripping. Now, then you have Oklahoma, who just flat out took care of business with Kent State. A nobody. 44-0. They host Texas. Now, time will tell if Texas is for real or if they're just a flat out fraud with Oklahoma. This is a chance for Texas to redeem themselves if they are for real, if they actually beat Oklahoma. Now, like I said before, number 7, Indiana. Who knows if Indiana will even beat Oregon? Oregon might just come out and stomp them. Alabama and Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt stayed with Alabama for a while, but then the field goals piled up. 17-14, 20-14. Then I think 23. Then after that, it was just a touchdown. 3 straight field goals. Hats off to them for holding up to 3 straight field goals. And then after that, it was just a touchdown. If it hadn't been for those 3 straight field goals, it would have been a lot closer. If it had held them away from that one touchdown, that would have been the final score, 23-14. I mean, that's still pretty good. I mean, if it hadn't been for all those, there probably would have been a blowout game. But hats off to Vanderbilt for holding Alabama that close. They will travel to Missouri, Alabama does, so that's going to be an interesting game. Now, Texas Tech, they took care of business with Houston, 35-11. They'll host Kansas. Then number 10, Georgia, they'll take on Auburn on the road after their resounding victory, 35-14 victory over Kentucky. LSU had a bye week, and they'll take on South Carolina. And same with Texas, same with Tennessee. They'll host Arkansas. Georgia Tech, same thing. They'll host Virginia Tech. Missouri, they'll host Alabama. So that was that. Now, Michigan, who pretty much I don't know what happened to them. They struggled a long time with Wisconsin, but somehow managed to finally pull away there at the end, 24-10. I mean, I don't know what happened there, but they managed to come away now. They travel to USC, so that's going to be an entertaining game. I don't know if they'll beat USC, but if they do, it'll be by very slim margin, I think. But then you have Notre Dame, who beat USC. Notre Dame, who ended up pulling off the win over Boise State 28-7. They take on North Carolina State. Illinois, who beat Purdue 40-27, will host Ohio State. Now that's going to be an interesting game. BYU will have a good game. They end up beating West Virginia 38-24. I didn't quite see who they played next. Now Virginia ends up beating Louisville in overtime 30-27. They'll host Washington State on October 18th. Then Vanderbilt will host LSU on October 18th after their fallout to Alabama. Then Arizona State will host Utah. And then Iowa State end up falling to Cincinnati 38-30. They'll host Colorado. Memphis beat out Tulsa, stomped Tulsa 45-7. They'll host UAB. South Florida pretty much will demolish Charlotte 56-26. They'll host North Texas. Florida State, they fell short to Miami, Florida 28-22, and they'll host Pittsburgh. Now, UCLA and Penn State, Florida and Texas, 2 embarrassing losses. Florida pretty much will dominate from start to finish. They never really slowed down one bit. UCLA, they were ahead 27-7. They kind of slacked off a little bit and kind of let off the gas a little bit and let Penn State back into the game. So I don't know. This might be Penn State. This might be their only win. So if Penn State were to get back into the top 25, I think that this is going to be their only chances of even winning it is if they end up beating Ohio State or Michigan. Well, heck, they can't even play. Michigan's not even on their schedule, so scratch that idea. But they'd have to beat Ohio State to even be in the conversation. They have to literally win every game from here on out, which I don't see even happening. Because the way they played there, I don't see happening. And they gotta travel to Ohio State, which is even worse. I mean, I don't see them even winning at Ohio State, judging by the way they played it. You say, unless they can pick up the pace, I don't see it happening. Ohio State can easily just win it all. I see Ohio State, this being the same Ohio State team from 2002, except at a greater pace. Well, with that being said, now Texas, on the other hand, they're kind of like Florida. Now, Florida, on the other hand, they were just flat out strong from start to finish. Nothing weak about this Florida team. They were just good from start all the way to finish. Well, I got some other things to do. I'm going to be looking at the defense from right now, from last year to this year in 02, where they are right now versus where this team is. I'm going to be looking into that, and with that being said, then we'll probably do a preview of Illinois and Ohio State and Michigan's opponent. With that being said, hit the like button, hit the bell for notifications. With that being said, I'm out of here. Peace.